Check one, check two. Can you hear that? Because I can't barely hear anything. Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Is that on there? If you can hear this, let me know. I got a terrible buzz in my ear. That's going to be a lot of fun to have to deal with. I'm going to have to turn off my direct Okay, good God Almighty. So my computer just restarted again. It shut off and restarted. So if it does it again, I don't know what to say. I don't know if something is running my hard drive or my running my CPU hot and heavy. I don't know. Man. So what I was saying at the beginning is right when I was about to go live, I turned a fan on because it's pretty warm, it's pretty hot outside. I turned a fan on and my PC shut off and it went into restart mode. Now I had everything set up, ready to go, and it reset itself. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a second. So it came back up, booted back up, and then all my sound settings had changed. Then, as I was sitting there trying to fix it, and I went into the settings on StreamYard, all of a sudden, my computer rebooted again. So if that happens, I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with the weather here. We do have some funky weather, so I apologize, and definitely apologize for whatever the hell that was of a beginning to this stream. But nonetheless, I can't really hear myself through my headphones. So we're just going to have to trust that it sounds okay. And I'll deal with it. But holy crap. That was a very interesting thing. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to check my PC. Holy crap. Anyway, so we'll get on with the show. We'll see what we can do. I'll make the best of it. But that's always going to be in the back of my mind that this thing is going to all of a sudden start resetting on me. Go figure. Yep. Well, good. All right. Well, I'm glad it sounds all right on that end. On my end, it sounds like dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Is what it is. We'll figure it out. Holy crap. Man, that's wild. All right. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Ronnie Trickshot. I would say let's get into the chat, right? But I think we know who's here right now. It is a Saturday night. This is different. Obviously, this is a different night. I was a little dried out last night. Sinus is kind of messed up. And my son's over for the weekend. And he had just gotten here. And I thought, you know what? We'll just move it to Saturday. I know there's a lot of people watching the clubhouse tonight. That's all good. I thought I would just bring some kind of some funny stories. One sad story. And we'd go over the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction list and get your idea of what you think, who you think should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's some pretty interesting people up for induction this year. We've got our twerking flight attendant that you may have heard about, who is upset she got fired for making a twerk video on an airplane. We have a track meet that ended with a girl smashing another girl in the head with a baton. And then the girl who did it defending her actions in some weird way. Anyway, so, but I got a few things to go over here today. I did email myself a couple of stories, and I kind of wanted to go over. Listen, Ronnie, watch for a little bit. Watch for later. Watch however much you can watch, my friend. You got a life. You got stuff going on. By all means, my friend. And yes, I do have the apology video, and it's It's pretty ridiculous. I did want to start out though with a story, and this may be near and dear to some of you. Um, Neil Blomkamp is going to do a Starship Troopers movie. It's not a remake, but it's actually going to go back to the source material. God, this website looks hideous. So if you know Neil Blomkamp, he did District 9. I think he did Chappie was another one. I actually like his films. I think they're interesting. He doesn't always stick the landing, I guess, but he does some interesting stuff. Anyway, Johnny Rico is coming back to kill some more bugs. Columbia Pictures is plotting a new Starship Troopers movie, setting District 9 filmmaker Neil Blomkamp to write and direct an adaptation of the classic sci-fi novel story by Robert A. Heinlein. It says he'll produce the feature alongside Terry Tatchell, his partner and wife. They co-wrote Chappie and District 9. It says, published in 1959, Troopers ostensibly told of an interstellar war between Earth and a host of bug-like aliens, and focused on a rise of a military serviceman named Johnny Rico. But the story had other things on its mind, like exploring the strengths of life in a military society, and such ideas as having to perform service in order to have voting rights, all of which the original film did fabulously, in my opinion. I don't know what there is to expand or explore on this premise. I think fans of the original movie, it's not a remake, so if it's going to be a reboot of reboot, so to speak, I'll watch it. But again, Neil Blomkamp, cool ideas in his films. I do like the tech. I like his ideas, especially the world building. But he kind of fails to stick the landing on there, and that's the thing that I kind of, I'm a little suspect about. But anything, if you haven't played the video game Helldivers 2, it is basically Starship Troopers in a video game, to an extent. It's not exactly it, but it's as close as you can get without it being an actual licensed game. And it has all the fascism, right, or the nationalism, jingoism that the original film has in particular. Paul Verhoeven, who did RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Showgirls, he did the original. And, probably in my opinion, overall, I would call it his best film. I know some would say RoboCop, but, his ability to put in all the satire, especially, but a great cast in that original. And you see it right here, Casper Van Dien, Dina Meyer, who 3-star draw definitely has a thing for, and I can understand. Denise Richards, fine. Neil Patrick Harris, Michael Ironside. I mean, it's a hell of a cast. So that original movie's awesome. I just don't know what else you would do with this in today's world of film. When people aren't going to see movies, I don't know what this would do, where this would fall. I really don't. I do too. I love Starship Troopers. Mendoza, that sounds awesome. Love his tech and his movies. Yeah, I mean he's awesome. So I like the director. I'd like to see what he could do with a reboot of sorts with Starship Troopers. Will it be called Starship Troopers or will it be called something else? I don't know. I mean, it's going back to the source material, but I've never read the book. I mean, I can't say. I can't say that the book is better than the film, right? I'd have to go back and read it. And I'm not much of a reader. Maybe you guys are. I'm not much of a reader personally, so it's hard for me sometimes to have that discussion. especially in is the film better than the book? Most of the time the book is better, but I think a lot of times it's because of our imagination does the heavy lifting. So we always think that the book is better than the movie because we get to create the visuals. And when the visuals are created for you, you're just taking something in rather than creating on your own. And I think that's why a lot of people have that idea that in their mind the book is always better. Just that's what it seems like to me. But it's like the Harry Potter books. I'm sure they're great. I just rather watch the movies. Speaking of which, the Harry Potter casting. And I wondered if Matthew and I had actually gone over the Harry Potter casting the other night. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'm sure many of you have seen the movies. All right. So they've cast a new actor for Severus Snape. And I think we may have talked about this the other night, but I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to pull this off. I'm all about giving people a shot to prove themselves. I'm all about, if an actor can do a role. I think we talked about this a little bit with House of the Dragon and some of the Targaryen line, the Sea Snake. They changed the race for that role, and it actually turned out to be fun. The actor did a great job within the world building. The world, you could see how that could work. Now a lot of times what happens is these shows leave you to do all the headcanon, right? They'll just do something and really not give you any explanation of why it's there. And then it's up to you to do all the headcanon, all the lifting in your head as to why that could be, right? And that's all right. Can you guys hear me there? Check 1, check 2. Can you hear me on the mic? I got to make sure you can hear me. Damn. So my PC just it's doing weird stuff. Like really weird stuff. I don't know exactly what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on here, but it's bouncing out of pages and it's cutting my audio out. I don't even have my background audio now. Like I literally, it could be the storms. I don't know, sis. I mean, this is all three of my fans are working. I apologize, y'all. This is I don't know what is going on. I can't even get my background music playing. If it is playing, I can't hear it. Just so y'all know, I can't hear anything. I can't hear. I can barely hear myself. We'll press on. Yeah, it could be the storms. I don't know. It just killed my pages though. I also don't understand why it just cut off me sharing this on the stream. Anyway, so here's another example of they're going to have to figure out how to make this guy believable. as Severus Snake. So you can hear the music. I can't even hear it. I got no playback whatsoever. Let's see, just audio, blah, 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 echo, automatic, just mic volume, default speakers. Good deal. General orientation settings are disabled while live. Yes. Man, I don't know. I got nothing in the background. This is strange. Anyway, so I don't know how they're going to convince people that this is Severus Snake. If you look at the differences between the two, also the description of him is you know, the way his skin is, his nose. He's ugly as shit. This guy's not ugly as shit. Like, I don't know. Alan Rickman did a great job of being ugly as shit. I just don't see how this is going to be pulled off. And I thought we talked about it. Me and Matthew did the other night, and maybe we did. But it's the gift that keeps on giving. That is for sure. Let's see if I can share this. I'll try. There's a new documentary out right now about Stan Lee's final years. And I watched an interview on the Nerdrotic Neuter the other day. And he had the guy, let's see. I'll put the link in the chat. He actually had the guy on who is doing the documentary. And I'm going to post this link in the chat. And I would recommend that you guys go watch it. So this guy, he was Stan Lee's assistant from like 2016 or so, 15, 16, up until maybe, I don't know, 2021 or 2020, maybe 19, somewhere in there. Anyway, so he found out, he started to see the abuse that Stan Lee was undergoing in his final years, going to these different cons. He was getting basically bullied by everybody around him, being forced to sign thousands of things, having to be kept up for hours and hours on end. Especially as he started to lose his faculties. And so this guy decided to do he decided to film everything he could because he wanted to say something. He tried to say something, but the money train that Stan Lee brought in, these people around him, his handlers, didn't want that money train to go away. And so the best thing he could do was start documenting and start filming everything. So he started filming as much footage as he can, including, you know, him sleeping by a trash can, them getting him up and like forcing him to sign stuff. This is him right here. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to bounce out because my PC's not stable. I don't know what's going on, but it keeps flashing and then killing my screen and then killing my audio, and then I'm having to go back into the settings. I'm having to re-add my camera, re-add my audio. It's not saving my settings, so I don't know what is happening. All right. Yep. I'm going to have to bounce out, you guys. Sorry. If I can get it working again, I'll give it my best. But, yeah, it keeps crapping out on me. Cutting out on me. And I don't know why. I'll see if I can fix it. And if I can't, hopefully we'll see you guys on Tuesday if my computer isn't taking a shit on me. But you guys have a good night. And if I can get it back up, I'll let you know. Sorry, y'all.